What if I told you one of the best remedies for your health isn't sitting in your medicine cabinet, but right there in your kitchen? I know it might sound strange. Baking soda? That humble little box you use to keep the fridge smelling fresh or to bake biscuits. But after more than 35 years working as a men's health specialist here in Greenville, South Carolina, I can tell you this. The simplest solutions often hold the greatest power, especially for men over 60 who want to stay active, independent, and connected to life. I'm Dr. Edward. I've spent my career helping men over 60 reclaim their vitality, restore their circulation, and rebuild their confidence using safe, natural methods. And today, I want to talk to you about something that surprises most men: the practical ways baking soda can support your health, even your sexual health. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss these practical health tips made just for you. And if you're finding this helpful, leave me a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what you'd like to see improved. Now let's talk plainly for a moment. After 60, you know things change. You might wake up feeling stiff. You get tired more easily. Your memory isn't quite as sharp. And yes, intimacy can feel more distant or strained. A lot of men just shrug and say, "That's getting older, I guess." But I want you to know that's not the whole story. One of the biggest, most overlooked culprits is circulation. As blood flow slows, it doesn't just affect your legs or your heart. It affects your brain, your energy, your sleep, and yes, even your penis. I've seen so many men sit across from me in my office, quiet and embarrassed. One man, Walter, 68 years old, married over 40 years, looked down and told me in a low voice, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore." It wasn't about his job or his muscles. It was about that private sense of connection, about feeling needed, about feeling like himself. That loss isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. It eats at a man's dignity. That's why I want you to know there are simple, natural steps you can take. You don't have to just accept this decline. Let's talk about how baking soda actually helps. Most people think of it only as something to bake with or keep in the fridge. But baking soda can help your body balance its pH. As we age, our bodies tend to become more acidic. Now, I know acidic might sound like meaningless medical talk, but let me make it simple. Too much acidity can create inflammation, tighten blood vessels, and slow circulation. Picture your blood vessels like garden hoses. When they're open and relaxed, blood can flow freely, bringing oxygen and nutrients everywhere, including your brain and your penis. When they're constricted because of inflammation or acidity, that flow slows. I had a patient named Robert. He was 70, retired engineer, sharp as a tack. But he told me he felt like everything was heavy, like he was moving in slow motion. We went through his diet, his activity, and I asked about digestion. He had frequent heartburn. That's another sign of high acidity in the body. We made a few small changes. One of them, baking soda in water. Just a simple mix. A quarter teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in a full glass of room temperature water, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Within a month, he told me, "I'm not 30 again, but I feel like me." It's not magic. It's basic chemistry. Baking soda neutralizes excess acid that can reduce inflammation and help relax blood vessels for better circulation. But listen carefully, it's not for everyone. If you have high blood pressure, kidney disease, or on a sodium-restricted diet, you must talk to your doctor first. But for many men over 60 without those conditions, this small daily habit can make a surprising difference. And it's not just circulation. Let's talk about something almost every older man knows all too well: indigestion. After 60, the valve at the top of your stomach can weaken. Acid sneaks back up, giving you heartburn or that sour taste in your mouth. It's not just uncomfortable. It can keep you from sleeping well, make you embarrassed at dinner with friends, One of my patients, Sam, was 72. He was so miserable, he started sleeping in a recliner because lying down made his reflux unbearable. We tried different things, but one simple, reliable option was baking soda. Just about a quarter teaspoon stirred into half a glass of water. Sipped slowly. It's a natural antacid. It neutralizes excess stomach acid within seconds. Is it a cure for reflux? No, but it's a low-cost, practical way to get relief without instantly reaching for prescription meds that have their own side effects. I always remind men, moderation matters. Too much baking soda can cause gas, bloating, or mess with your sodium levels. So use it carefully and sparingly. You might be thinking, Dr. Edward, this all sounds too simple. Good. That's exactly the point. We live in a world that tries to sell us expensive pills, fancy treatments, or miracle cures. But often what our bodies really need is simple, consistent, natural support. Small, thoughtful steps. That's how you protect your independence, your dignity, your confidence. Because feeling better isn't just about the body. It's about your whole life. How you sleep, how you enjoy time with loved ones, how you feel about yourself. And this is only the beginning. Baking soda has other remarkable uses for older men you might never have considered, from soothing itchy, aging skin to calming urinary discomfort. Over the years, I've seen a lot of men dismiss little things that could make a big difference. One of those things is taking care of your skin, especially as you age. Most men don't want to talk about it. Maybe it feels unmanly or like something women fuss over. But let me tell you, dry, itchy, aging skin is no joke. I've had patients tell me they wake up scratching their shins, can't sleep because their back itches like crazy, or even feel embarrassed when they undress in front of their spouse because of the dry, flaky patches. It's uncomfortable, distracting, and can even lead to infections if you break the skin from scratching. One of my patients, Frank, was 74 and proud as they come. Farmer all his life. But he came to see me about something he said was just plain annoying. He'd get home at night, sit in his chair, and scratch his calves raw. I took one look and said, "Frank, your skin's crying for moisture. Let's make it simple." I told him try a baking soda bath. It's easy, cheap, and effective. Just draw a warm, not hot bath. Add about half a cup of baking soda. Swirl it in until it dissolves. Then soak for about 15 to 20 minutes. What does this do? Baking soda helps calm irritation. It gently balances the skin's pH, which can get more acidic and irritated with age. It softens the water, making it less harsh on older, thinner skin. Frank did it twice a week. Within a month, he came back and said, "Doc, my wife thanks you. She's sleeping better because I'm not kicking and scratching all night." It's simple, it works, and it restores dignity. No fancy creams, no expensive prescriptions, just a little baking soda and warm water. Now I'll say this, if you have any open sores, be careful. Don't soak if you have infections or wounds without talking to your doctor. And always moisturize afterward. A simple, unscented lotion will lock in the benefit of the bath. These small rituals matter, because when you sleep better, you heal better. You feel better. You're more yourself. And speaking of feeling better, let's talk about something else that gets less attention than it should. Your feet. Now don't laugh. Most older men ignore their feet until they really hurt. But your feet carry you everywhere. They're your independence. They deserve care. I've had men come in with cracked heels, itching, peeling, and worst of all, terrible odor. It's embarrassing. One fellow, George, was 69 and wouldn't take off his shoes at his daughter's house because he didn't want the grandkids to say anything. He tried powders, sprays. Nothing seemed to work for long. I suggested he try a baking soda foot soak. Here's how. Fill a basin with warm water. Add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of baking soda. Soak your feet for 15 minutes. Why does it help? Baking soda is a natural deodorizer. It neutralizes odors. It also has mild antifungal properties, and it helps soften tough, cracked skin so you can exfoliate more gently afterward. I also told George to sprinkle a little dry baking soda in his shoes overnight. It absorbs moisture and odors, making them fresher by morning. Next time he saw me, he said with a grin, "Doc, my grandkids told me my feet smell like nothing at all. Best compliment I've had in years." These are small victories that restore confidence. Because you and I both know it's not about vanity. It's about dignity, about being comfortable in your own skin, about not withdrawing from the people you love over little things that can be easily managed. That's what these remedies are for. They're not magic. They're practical. They help you keep showing up for your life without shame or discomfort. And while we're talking about everyday confidence, let's talk about something that's personal for nearly every man over 60, oral health. If you wear dentures or any kind of oral appliance, you know the struggle. They can stain, they could develop odor, and cleaning them can be a hassle. One of my patients, Bill, 77, told me he stopped wearing his partial because he thought it smelled bad no matter what he did. He said, "Doc, I don't want my wife to smell it when she kisses me." That kind of worry chips away at intimacy, even if you've been married for 50 years. I told him to try this. Soak his dentures overnight in water with a teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in it. Baking soda is gentle enough not to damage the appliance, but powerful enough to neutralize odors and loosen light stains. After a few days of doing this nightly, Bill said he felt comfortable wearing it all day again. He even started smiling more. It's such a small thing, but it gave him back a part of himself. So many older men forget that self-care isn't indulgence. It's respect for yourself and for the people who care about you. These little routines with baking soda, a bath for itchy skin, a soak for tired feet, a rinse for oral appliances, they're all simple, affordable, and effective. They're not about pretending to be 30 again. They're about feeling like yourself again. Because when you're comfortable in your skin, you're more present, more willing to connect, more likely to say yes when your grandkids want you to come over, when your wife reaches for your hand, when life invites you to keep showing up. These things matter. In the next video, I want to share even more ways baking soda can support your health, from helping manage occasional gout flare-ups, to calming urinary discomfort, to treating those stubborn little mouth sores we all get from time to time. So stay with me. If you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss it. And tell me in the comments if these tips are helping you think differently about taking care of yourself. Because you deserve to feel well, to feel whole, to keep living with confidence and dignity at any age. Your best years aren't gone. They're right here, waiting for you to claim them.